Well, tell us just briefly back to the weekend. I would imagine that was a pretty satisfying dressing room at the end of that. It was hard fought, but well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, the lads stuck in really, really well. I'm sure everyone who watched the game saw that we were really together on the pitch, and even though we tried something at the start of the game, wasn't quite working for us, we adapted well on the pitch as well, and all the staff on the side of the pitch gave us that opportunity to do so. And the dressing room after, like you said, yeah, it was buzzing, and I thought we deserved it in the end. Yeah,
because when you made the change, the first 25 minutes, we'll sort of go past that, but after that, I thought that there was a real element of control about the performance.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we grew into the game, like you said. The first 25, we were digging deep and defending our goal well, and credit to, the likes of Andy King, Rob Dickey and Sykes, who are arguably playing out of position almost and still doing unbelievably well for the team and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, after that, we did control the game, had better control towards the first half as well. And we got our goal, and then it was all about just digging in and seeing it out.
Yeah, and not a bad delivery for the goal. That's obviously something you've done throughout your career, isn't it? Taking the set piece, taking that responsibility.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've always took them throughout my career, and it's something that I really enjoy doing and having the responsibility to. And luckily, Rob was on the end of one of them, so credit to Rob as well.
Yeah, well, he was giving you the credit for sticking it where he needed it. But I was going to ask about positions, because I'm sure you've played a lot on the right-hand side, but you seemed from the sidelines a little bit more comfortable in the centre. Is that how it felt to you?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think, I do enjoy the role playing centrally, definitely. I feel like I'm more involved in the game, but I'm more than happy to play anywhere for this club, and as long as I can help, that's all I want to do.
Yeah, and that's the kind of attitude that frankly is needed at the moment, because obviously injuries are killing you a little bit. You've got a very young-looking bench, so it does put a bit of extra responsibility on you guys to do what's needed.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the experienced lads that we've got in the dressing room really help the young ones as well, and they've been excellent in training and showing a real desire and passion, and we know we can rely on them if we need them.
Yeah, and looking at the way this season's gone so far, you're right there or thereabouts, 8th. It's a very tight table, but considering I think there's a lot more to come from the squad, that must feel a positive.
I mean, from the first minute I stepped in the building, I've always said we should believe, because we've got a great squad, great staff, great facilities, and we've got everything behind us to go and achieve something really special. And yeah, like I just said, we just all need to believe, and we all need everyone to dig deep. When we're missing players, when we have our full squad, we need everyone.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big test, isn't it, Wednesday night? I mean, Ipswich, one of those teams that I think people thought might do well, but perhaps not as well as they have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. They've started really well. They've obviously built up a lot of confidence in the first 10, 11 games or so, and we're going to try and put an end to that tomorrow night.
Superb.
Thank you.
When you took the free kick, planted it on Rob's head,
yeah,
you turned to the bench and were pointing rather passionately at somebody. Who was that?
That was to the goalie coach,
yes,
Pat, and
that's what I thought. Yeah,
he does the set pieces, and we were on about it during the week as well, and it's something that I was really practicing after training, especially from that side as well, just whipping it with good pace into that sort of area, knowing that Rob's going to be there. And Rob's always one of the main targets because of his physicality, and he's really good in the air. But yeah, that one that goes out to Pat as well.
Love it when a plan comes together type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you're working on free kicks, then what you talk about the delivery, but what other aspects are you kind of looking at? Is it just the delivery, or is it movement of certain players? Yeah.
I think a bit of everything really. So first of all, my own routine to get in my own routine and make sure I maybe do a certain amount of steps backwards, or depending where it is on the pitch, I might step further or closer to the ball, and then just the little things really. So making eye contact with someone, so they know I'm going to put it in that area and I know they're going to be there. And it's just little things like that you build up in the week and throughout training and stuff that really come together on the game day.
Because like the obvious sort of comparison to make, it's almost like I don't know, like rugby, for example, like goal kickers in rugby will do a certain routine. So you saying you have a set way of whipping a ball in for a free kick compared to a corner? Is that, are you working on that specifically?
Yeah, definitely. I try to do that almost every day. Take 6-10 balls after training, different areas of the pitch, and just getting that consistency and finding that right technique that I'm comfortable with. And I think I've found it in the last, definitely, obviously throughout my career I've been doing it a lot, but especially since I've been coming here, they've trusted me to do that, and it's really filled me with the confidence to execute it. And
that's the way you strike the ball specifically. For example, if you were taking a penalty, you'd strike the ball differently to how you're trying to take it. Yeah,
I think so. So obviously, depending whether it's corner, penalty, free kick, and depending obviously where it is on the pitch, I try to use what technique's best, and that might be different to obviously a penalty and stuff like that. So yeah, it does depend where I am on the pitch.
And how has that developed? Like, have you always taken? Has that always been a thing you've done since you were a kid? Yeah. Sorry, I know you're still young, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's funny actually. Like growing up with my dad, he always used to implement. So he used to set up little targets to hit, and I just used to be constantly for hours trying to hit them. And then obviously growing up through the academy system and stuff, just doing extra after training is what I find's really helped me. And then obviously coming here, staying consistent with it, and not just going inside straight away, but those fine details really help come game day.
And are there players elsewhere that you perhaps look at who are good set piece? I mean, James Ward-Prowse might be an obvious one to look at. I don't know. Is there anyone?
Yeah, obviously when I watch the games, I do watch like you just said, Ward-Prowse and those quality set piece takers, James Maddison. But growing up, my idol sort of free kick taker and set piece taker has always been David Beckham.
Okay, yeah.
I just think he's obviously second to none, and in that sort of compartment of the game, and he can put it on a sixpence. So I try and implement the same sort of techniques and style as him.
So what do you think kind of he did that made him so good at what he did?
I mean, he's just released that documentary. And
that was going to be my next question if you watched it.
Yeah, he was big on repetition. And I remember a specific part about he was at the World Cup and he just took a speaker and loads of bags of balls and just started hitting the same free kick again and again and again, and the following game he ended up scoring. So that just goes to show, and that's what I try and implement on the training pitch and on match day as well.
That takes a certain sort of discipline. I mean, a lot of people say, well, going to kick football. Doing it in a very specific... Are you quite hard on yourself, like when you've not got it right, or are you constantly trying to hone it? Like, do you still think you can get better at it, for example?
Oh yeah, I can 100% get better at it. But yeah, I would say I'm quite hard on myself when it comes to that, because I quite like to be a perfectionist, especially in those sort of areas, because it can win you the game, for example, like it did the other day. So yeah, I am quite hard on myself when it comes to that.
In terms of the kind of the change in the game the other day when you were in midfield, so it was all kind of like you were central to both systems. Can you explain perhaps why you think it didn't quite work in the 3-5-2, 5-3-2, however you kind of want to sort of pitch it initially? Like from a playing perspective, what wasn't quite going right, do you think?
I think we tried to match them up, and I thought we did that as a squad well, especially like the 1v1s all over the pitch. They were just getting through us a bit too easily. But like you said, as soon as we changed, we adapted, and us as players on the pitch, we recognised that straight away. So we just had to ride that storm a little bit. But for the reasons why it didn't work, I just think that maybe there were just like it wasn't enough time working on that particular formation. And obviously the lads have been playing 4-3-3 since the start of the season, really. So they've really got used to that. And as you saw when we went back to that, we were a lot better. But, you know, it's something we'll work on throughout the season, I'm sure, because we do need different formations, surprise teams, certain teams away, at home. So I think it's something we can really work on and make good use of.
And what's it like playing with someone like Matty James, who's had such a career as he's had? Must be great for you to kind of absorb information, knowledge, that kind of thing for him.
Yeah, it is unbelievable, to be honest. I mean, Matty James and Andy King, both of them. I have learnt a lot already in the short space I've been here, and I get on really well with them. They made me feel really welcome when I did come here, and not just on the pitch where they help me, but off it as well. Got really close with them since I've been here, and it's something that we're looking to build on the pitch as well as off the pitch, the relationship.
When we spoke at Rotherham, you said about like you and Tommy have got good. One question I meant to ask you was, he hasn't tried to get you to move in with him, given Alex Scott leaving, has he?
No, not just yet. Not just yet. I'm sure my partner won't be too happy.
Oh, okay,
about
fair
that.
play. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
But no, not just yet. But no, definitely go round, and we'll definitely spend some more time together for sure.
So you are all settled in Bristol then? Have you got a place yet? Or?
Yeah, I got the keys not long ago to somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, looking forward to getting settled in even more.
Good stuff. Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.